Coming to you live from the palatial studios of PBJ Productions. Welcome to Patrick and BJ Talk Real Estate, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything as it relates to real estate. Hey everybody, it's BJ.
And Patrick.
And we're back talking about all things real estate. And today we thought it'd be a great time to talk about what's going on in the greater Victoria area with all of the different, call it regime changes, basically in the political environment, because we know that, you know, Langford had wholesale changes, View Royal had changes, Saanich had changes, so Victoria had changes. So,
That's
you know,
right, yeah.
So we thought it'd be a great time to talk about what that means, hopefully, and what we see it being for the community.
You said regime changes like it happens after an invasion. There was no invasion. There's nothing like that going on, right? But there is definitely new blood in a lot of the leadership between the municipalities.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I live in the Western community, so that I have a particular interest in following what's happening there. And it's been a bit of a question with especially Langford. You know, what do we expect? The new blood, the new councillors, new mayor, right? I think we have one incumbent councillor that stayed there
In Langford. Okay.
So, there's a lot of questions still to be had. So, I think this is how I'll put it. Anytime somebody gets in a new position, new job, there's a learning curve to be had. There's going to be a slight delay.
Sure.
Business won't be as normal as it was.
Yeah.
Until people get their footing and they're able to make those decisions quicker.
Yeah.
Right. So right now we're going to be going through a process of those people learning and asking more questions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, you were saying you had an opportunity to have a brief chat with the new mayor of View Royal.
Yeah. Just being at an event, he was there. It was a very casual conversation about him being a new mayor, Mayor Sid, and just the weight of the decisions that he gets to make. That was really interesting. It's a little bit let's say, I think, in the weeds, like a little bit detailed when he started sharing when they approve something to either be rezoned or a designated area. He's thinking about, did I make the right choice?
Okay.
Because that choice that they make is going to last a lifetime.
Sure.
That building's going to be there for so long.
Right.
You know, so I think their weight of importance of their job and responsibility is pretty clear. So
Sure.
I don't think anybody's taking that lightly.
Right.
But the fun part was him describing View Royal as a gateway between Victoria and the Western communities.
Sure. Yeah.
So you pretty much have to go through View Royal to get through where a lot of the building is happening. If it's in Colwood, Langford, and Sioux. Yeah. Right? So I never really thought about it that way, but you know, we don't really, unless you stop for gas or something, I don't really think a whole lot about View Royal. Yeah. Has some beautiful property there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's backing onto Thetis Park, if it's in Esquimalt Harbor there, like the waterfront's gorgeous. My friend has a beautiful house there. Yeah. And he was talking about, he gave me a little bit of history too. Like I was, because I'm kind of a nerd on this. Yeah. He's telling me that View Royal used to be part of Esquimalt.
Okay.
And then I guess with like servicing costs, Esquimalt didn't want to take on that area. Okay. So View Royal sort of came into its own, or to become incorporated.
Got it.
And then, anyway, so long story short, this caused eventual incorporation of Colwood and Langford because View Royal was inching, like sort of, absorbing land in that direction, I guess, as the servicing went in that direction. So the five Western municipalities haven't really communicated all together, like in the same room.
Oh, wow.
So now, informally, the mayors go for lunch once a month at least.
Well, it's a great idea.
Right? Just to have some open dialogue. So he's really looking forward to cooperating with the other
That's
municipalities
great.
for mutual benefit. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to see that
for sure.
happening. It's exciting to hear that. I don't know. Maybe it's not a new approach, but they're at least doing something.
Yeah, and I think it's important too that we understand you're going to do more by collaborating than you are by competing. Then
Hmm.
right? Then by no, this is ours and that's yours, and it's you're going to accomplish that much more when working together. When it's we're talking about working together for the mutual benefit of everybody.
You think this would have happened sooner?
Yeah,
Like it's already a convoluted relationship between those Western communities.
right.
Like uh, the Western communities get benefit from a casino that's in View Royal, like they get money from it,
Okay.
right? But then the Western communities share the costs of Juan de Fuca, but it's located in View Royal.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of
Yeah,
overlap
yeah, for sure.
happening, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's been in the paper where Langford wants its own rec center, but it's like, but it's they're complaining or used to complain like, well, we're still contributing to Juan de Fuca, but we're gonna have our own. So they feel like they're paying in two places
Right.
somehow, right?
But in Langford now you have the Y in the West Shore, right?
We have the
West
Y,
Hills
yeah. There's what's the
and the rink,
we have the hockey rink,
and then the rugby field, football field,
Starlight
volleyball
Stadium.
field.
That's all right there.
Yeah.
The two fields.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that yeah, Langford's gotten so much recreation property
Yeah.
to use.
Right.
So they're kind of well they Langford's been focused on sports recreation for quite a while now.
Sure.
So maybe that's kind of trying to take the focus, maybe not on purpose, away from the Wanda Fuca property because that's
Hmm.
an amazing property,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
They've got their own rink. They got a velodrome. They're putting in a skate park. They already have the what is it, a 9-hole golf course,
Down there. Yeah.
something like that. The
Yeah.
pool,
Yeah.
the gym,
Yeah.
library's right beside it.
We go to the
It's an
library there.
amazing
Yeah, we
property.
go to the library in a pretty. We haven't gone in a little while, but we otherwise would go,
Yeah.
somewhat regularly to the library and wild play.
And wild play. Yeah. You have to go through one if you could get to that.
Right.
And don't forget the senior center. I've never been in it, but I know I drive past it.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So think
So
I think the point.
lots going on.
Yeah, and I think the point of what we're talking about is there's a lot of potential working together, and it's great to hear that there's um, there's at least a leaning in the direction of let's see what we can do together as the Western communities, what they can accomplish, right?
That's exactly the approach that I got from that talk. Yeah.
So it's
There
great
was
to hear.
some other cool things that were mentioned. And it was like an open conversation, so I'm not shy about sharing like,
Yeah.
oh, this is what I learned from the mayor, right? He said even if they have no further development right now, their population is going to grow by 20% just from the projects that are approved right now.
Wow.
20% increase in population.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that I would guess that will be the fastest growing community, at least for this year,
Huh.
for BC.
Right.
That's what I would expect.
you know-
20% growth
Right.
for sure.
That's pretty good.
And then another one of the comments. This wasn't the mayor's comment. This is one of the councilors, uh, and maybe this is seeing into the future. This is really interesting to me. He said Victoria will be the suburbs of the Western communities. To flip that, right?
Right.
I
Yeah.
thought, wow, that's a pretty bold statement, right? So that's interesting. We'll see.
Right.
If anything's growing fast, it's still going to be the Western communities.
Yeah.
Victoria's still restricted. They have to build up, if anything
Yes,
else.
that's correct. Yeah.
Missing middle housing, how much is that going to really add in volume? I think slowly it's going to add,
Sure.
gradually, but
Yeah.
not in any significant numbers.
Yeah,
that
I would agree. Yeah.
guess, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, but those were probably the highlights of our conversation. That parts that I took away from
Yeah.
that.
I think the best part about all of it is, like you said, that um, there's a desire on everybody's part to work together and move forward and do what's best for the communities, not just
Mm.
for this is all about us and not for them, and this is not an us and them thing. This becomes an all of us thing, right?
There was a couple learning points from that. He's not wanting to change View Royal, but he wants to make it better. But View Royal doesn't have to have everything that everybody else has to be better.
Because you have everybody.
Wow, that's really balanced.
Right? Because you have everything around you. If everybody is, if we're all going to kind of work together, live together, etc., you're not paying a toll when you go into Langford because now you're using the Langford Road to go to Costco.
Right? Everybody from Santa should be paying a toll to get to Costco.
Right?
That View Royal puts up? No, the mayor never said that. I am saying that jokingly. Right? That's
the point I'm making is everybody shares in every, in the what's here.
Yeah.
Right? So, I just think it's great to hear that there's everybody wanting to work together and move forward and do what's best for the communities and best for the area. So, if you're not aware of what's happened, you can look back. I think we did something about the elections at some point too, right?
Back in the fall, we did, yeah.
Yeah. So
we covered the city of Victoria.
Okay.
There's so many candidates. Right?
Yeah. But even I think we do something after the elections too.
Which part?
Just the fact that we had wholesale changes across several of the communities and talking about things like that.
We talked about missing middle.
Yeah.
We talked about there's policy changes for strata.
Yeah.
We talked about developments. Some of the highlights for the developments. We didn't get really into the weeds on that.
Anyway, I say all that to say you can always go back through our other videos and see if there's something where we talked about maybe some of the changes that happened as a result of the elections and those kind of things, and you can get caught up to speed on that. That way you'll know kind of what's happened if you don't already. But also if you subscribe to the channel, it helps us and it'll help you to make sure you're not missing anything. So please do that, and also like our video. It just helps us to get the word out. If there's anything you think, gee, I'd like to know or see you guys talk about this or address this issue, please put that in the comments as well, and we can certainly work on answering those questions for you. But otherwise, thank you all for taking your time to be with us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you know what? And if I have any other opportunities in the future to talk to councillors and mayors, and as long as it's not a private conversation, I'm happy to share that with everybody on the podcast.
Right.
So thanks for watching and being with us. See you in the next video.
See ya.